Welcome to the Riverview. My name is Mary.
My name is Joy.
And I'm Marlene. Irene was unable to join us today, so we welcome Barb as our guest. Welcome, Barb. It's nice to have you with us this afternoon. So ladies, today is the first day of spring, so happy spring to all and to all our viewers.
Yes.
I don't know if you happen to know what time spring started today.
No.
Well, when we were all sound asleep.
I was going to say midnight.
Well, about 1:14 a.m.
Really?
spring started. And today is March the 20th. If you remember years ago, they always said spring, the first day was on March the 21st.
Yes.
But now they've got it pinpointed more exactly, I guess, and it's March the 20th. So today is the first day of spring. How do you feel about spring, Barb?
Well, I love it. I love all the new spring flowers and sitting out in the sunshine, which I did yesterday.
Imagine it.
Yeah.
And the flowers are so pretty right across the front here.
Yes.
You have to walk up close to them because they're the miniature daffodils.
Yes.
But they are very pretty. And I understand there's some at the back of the building as well. So it would be worth a little walk around to see them. Anything else that you like about spring, Mary?
Oh, I love to walk, for one thing, and I love the flowers. And I think it's just a wonderful time of year.
Yes. The
A
air.
beginning.
That's right. A new beginning is right. And the air, you know, it's getting a little humid out right now.
Yes.
And I guess tomorrow's going to be even a little bit worse, but it does feel so much better and the air's fresh. So, how about you, Joy?
Well, we'll just take whatever comes, and this is great weather, and it's nice to be rid of all that snow.
Oh,
we don't
yes.
have to be concerned about walking in it, and you know.
Yes, today's paper has the back page talks about planting. Not so much the farmers, but even just the gardeners, because the soil is cold, even though the sun is warm and it's hitting it, say right here where it's facing this hot sun. But if you dig down into the soil, and I know my husband used to say, he used to go down into the soil and put it in his hand, he'd say, not ready yet.
Oh, really?
But
Too cold.
yes, it has to be warm in there. You can put a geranium in there, but
Yeah.
sure, you can plant it and water it, but it's not going to do anything because it's too cold underneath.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Never
So-
thought of that.
No.
But it's here in the paper. It's it talks about spring arriving today, but the season's already had a head start, as we know, with these breaking temperatures that we've had, record-breaking temperatures, and it's supposed to be 27 or 28 even by tomorrow.
Great.
There's also, we only really had, it says here, 4 days of winter where the temperature was down below the zero for the 4 days in a row. And then, of course, when it did snow, then it went away really quickly. So, but there's other things too. Then we've enjoyed the birds, and that's certainly a sign that the robins have been so beautiful.
Beautiful seeing them
Yeah.
outside.
Yes, and it makes us feel so good to see them here. So
So colorful too, right
That's
now.
right.
Yeah.
And interesting to look out your door and see a little
Oh,
flock
yes.
of 10 or more
that's right.
rather than 1 or 2.
Right out the dining room window there, first we saw 1, then 2, and then like 22, It was really nice.
Great.
Really great. And Irene, she enjoyed it too, because
Yes.
she looks right out the window,
yeah.
and she really enjoyed looking out there at them.
I had my back to them.
Yeah.
We told you about them.
Well, anybody with the name Mary Grace must have eyes in the back of her head. I don't know. So you can see out there.
Maria Grazia.
Maria Grazia. Well, we'll try to remember that. So anyways, you mentioned an activity that you did with your family on Sunday. You already, when you went to your son's on Sunday. Did you sit in the house all afternoon?
No, it was lovely. We sat out on the back porch, and it was lovely out there, And of course, he was barbecuing a roast, so I mean that even smelled really nice out there. So it was great.
So I guess barbecue season has officially launched then.
Yes,
I think
yes.
so.
Yes, and I didn't have to cook or do a thing. I just had to go inside and sit down and eat, and I loved it.
But here it says on that the local maple syrup producers didn't get as much sweet sap as normal. but the taste is really good for what they did get. And it was a pretty good year, according to the write-up here. And a week from this weekend is the Maple Syrup Festival in Elmira. There's a little plug for Elmira. I don't know if you've ever been, Barbara, have you?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Have you married?
No.
No?
Yeah, that'd be great to.
Well, if we'd won that money on that lottery ticket, we could have had that limo and gone to
Don't
Elmira.
they have pancakes that day too?
Oh, yes. But you have to go about 4 o'clock in the morning and line up in order to get them. Yeah.
And get the real.
But I thought this was interesting. One syrup farmer reported that half of his crop, that's his maple syrup crop, came in 2 days. The sap ran so fast in 2 days.
Oh, imagine.
And he's really pleased with the results that he got. So that's nice.
That's a big help.
That's right.
Yes.
I was just wondering, with the weather the way it is, what if we get another cold spell? Will they, and it gets warm again after that, will the trees
No.
start to run again?
Apparently, that's the first thing early spring, and that's it.
And that's it?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you maybe get the odd tree, apparently. My husband used to talk about that. I guess they tapped trees years ago. You have to get that early in the spring, yeah.
I just wondered about that.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of show and tell here. So we've all brought something that we're going to show to our viewers and to one another, and we'll ask questions with each other about the article that we brought. So who would like to start?
This is a little cup, which I don't know what you'd call it, but I guess it's some kind of a teacup. When my dad bought a farm, and when he bought this farm, this was in the back shed. So to me, it looks like a cup that maybe if someone was sick, you could feed them soup or tea or whatever, or something stronger if you wanted to.
Chicken soup.
Chicken soup for the soul.
You would have come down the spout though if you put chicken soup in it.
That's right. No, maybe a little rye and hot water.
It'd make it better.
And that's about all I can say. Oh, and I don't know how old it is. The bottom part there, it says it's made in Germany.
Yes.
But it must be pretty old because I was just a little tot when my dad bought the farm.
And how old would that be, Mary?
21.
Oh, Jack Betty's age.
This
We
is
don't
show and
tell.
not maybe tell.
Yeah, show and tell, then
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Oh dear.
Well, it is very nice, and you want to take care of that.
Oh, I do.
Mary, I was going to ask if you'd put me in your will and let me have that.
Well, okay. Do you want it down in writing?
Yes, I would, please.
Okay.
Well, we've all witnessed it.
Okay.
George.
I have never seen one before, and I think it's
I
really,
haven't either.
I
really
haven't
interesting.
either, and the
No.
little flowers are so
Yeah,
delicate.
look at how delicate they are.
It's in perfect shape. There's
Yes,
not
sir.
a chip out of
No,
it.
there wasn't a saucer with it.
No.
No.
You just go like this.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I can certainly see how, if you were lying down.
Yes.
and-
Yes. Yes.
I think it
That's
was
supposed
meant
to be
for, sick people, really. You
Yes.
know.
Yes.
But as you say, you wouldn't water your flowers with it, that's for
Oh,
sure.
goodness, no.
Okay, that's really interesting. Thanks very much. Barb, would you like to go next?
Well, I brought a little plate in that belonged to my, wait a minute, now I have to figure this out, be my great-grandmother.
Oh.
And the story behind it, as I know it, is my great-grandmother had some little fruit plates. A cousin was visiting, and she gave them a piece of pie to take home on this plate. That was my great Aunt Lizzie, and so Aunt Lizzie took it home. Through the years, it got passed down to her grandson, who is, oh dear now, forgotten his name momentarily, one of those senior moments. And so he had this plate, and I would say about 15 years ago anyway, maybe 20, he called me one day and said, I have a plate that belonged to your grandmother, great-grandmother. So he said, would you like to have it? So I said, yes, I would. And
Oh, my.
so I went in to visit them this one day, and they sent me home with this lovely little plate, which I treasure very
Oh,
much.
yes. Where do you keep it in your room so it won't get broken?
It sits on a little plate
Stand?
stand, and
Oh,
one of
that's-
my cupboards is kind of deep, so
Oh,
it
yes.
sits back in the
Yes, you wouldn't want to have it anywhere where it'll get knocked off.
middle. No, it sits back quite a bit from the edge, so it doesn't get.
Mary, have you got a
Okay.
safe spot for yours?
Yes.
That's good.
But this is a nice idea to have who this plate belonged to,
Turn it
and
around.
it's been given to you, and I think
can
that's
turn it
such a
around.
nice idea.
And who you
I
willed it
You've
to.
left it in your will too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
that on
nice
the back of
idea.
I
mine.
think that's a great idea
That's very
because,
nice.
you know,
Well, my family would not know where it
No,
came from.
no. So
My mother
that's-
used to do that when I
that's
was
a nice
cleaning up. They
idea.
used to find little notes in things.
Oh,
This
oh,
belonged to
really?
so and so.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I have that too.
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, I think that's such a nice idea.
Yes.
Yes.
And I have it in a book too.
Oh, that's
Who
good.
gets this and who gets that.
Oh.
Okay, thank you very much, Barb.
And blue being my favorite color.
Yes.
That doesn't hurt at all.
Okay, enjoy.
Well, I just brought this little Ming tree that when we were in
Did you say
Japan-
Ming?
Ming
Ming.
tree that we picked up when we were in Japan, and it's just a little ornament that we've treasured all these years, and
Reminds you about your trip.
you don't even really think about what Ming trees look like. You know,
No.
of course, they're in Japan. They're larger than this.
What are they anyway?
I don't know. I don't
What is the
know.
blossom? Is that a
Yeah,
blossom
what's it
on
called?
there?
Just
Ming?
yeah, M-I-N-G, yeah, Ming tree.
I guess
yeah.
we'll have to Google it and see what.
Yeah, just a blossom, yeah. So,
Maybe we could leave that with our viewers. They can Google a Ming tree and get back to us with the information.
yes, and I'll have to
How
put
many-
something on it. I'll
How
put
many
some.
years ago was that when you?
Well,
how old would that
gosh,
be?
it would be a good, we were in Japan for our 25th wedding anniversary, and this was, and that was 63 years ago, so
Oh.
that's how old it is.
Oh,
Yes.
You do the math.
That's a nice treasure. That's right.
Yeah, it's
Something nice to have.
It's just, yes, it's a treasure, yes.
Well, my precious thing, I guess you'd call it, are some letters that
Oh,
I
yes.
received. They were written by my father, and he was overseas. And there are 6 letters there written from between March 1944 and December the 27th of 1944. And then my father was killed like the 2 months later than that.
Oh my.
Now the letters, I was reading them again today. Every time I read them, I find out so many different things about my father. And he hardly ever called me by my name Marlene. He's using my nickname in there, Molly. And that's what my grandfather and my brothers always called me Molly. I suppose they're going to call me Molly now
Yes,
at the
we
table.
are at the table,
And
yes.
are you sure they're not love letters?
Well, they are love letters. And it shows on the front of that envelope there, it's got my name, Marlene Searle, 1 Derry Street, Guelph, Ontario, Canada. But the Salvation Army provided the writing paper for them to write home. Now, it doesn't say where the letters come from, and the postmark, the stamp there, it must have came in group mail
Yes.
through the armed forces.
They did.
Oh, my.
But my brothers both have letters as well. But I was only 5 years old, and my dad keeps saying, "Why don't you write to me? Why don't you write to me?" Well, at that time, at 5 years, I wouldn't even be writing, you know.
No.
But
Well,
all right, ladies, I think that we'll have to end our little talk this afternoon. So thank you for watching the Riverview. I'm Marlene.
I'm Joy.
I'm Mary Winker.
And I'm Barbara. Take care.